How's it going, everyone? This is Chris Wolf with GoodGuySwag.com, and as you know, in a few couple months here, releasing my book 10 Ways to Win a Girl's Heart. And I thought, what better way to celebrate that release and have someone who actually spends a lot of time on the heart, working with people on their heart. And so I brought in Brandon Hawk right here. And Brandon is not a cardiologist, but he actually has a very unique story in that he was a tennis player. He played in the U.S. Open, and then became a pastor of a church and started a school of transformation, and now has like a coaching company, and he works with executives and other people about really connecting their mind to their heart. So with that theme of 10 ways to win a girl's heart, where do you got to start?
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong starting with yourself. And I'm a big believer in we attract to us people at the same level of maturity that we are at or in. And if your emotional maturity is low, man, if you're a toddler, you're going to attract someone at that same level. She may be smoking hot.
She's going to be a toddler too.
But I'm telling you,
I've experienced that, man.
The shine wears off pretty quickly, and there needs to be some substance there. And so to start, you need to start with yourself. Start accepting that you're a deep feeler and that you feel a lot. And what happens when you start to accept that you do have a heart, and that your heart is existent, and that you are very sensitive when it comes to your heart, what starts to increase is your masculinity.
Yeah, it's good. And you know, one of the things I like going to one of your conferences, like you really talk about the heart, and I thought there's some really interesting facts about the heart that I didn't know about before. I was just like, wow, the heart truly is powerful. I feel like you should share some of that information as well. It's 5,000 times greater in electromagnetic frequency than that of the mind or the brain, and it's also the amplitude that is 60 times greater than that of the brain in amplitude, and so it sends out this vibration that is so strong, but yet we keep it all covered up. Yeah,
and we live from an inferior power source. So what would happen if we? And I'm not saying the mind's a great thing, but it doesn't need to be the leader. It doesn't make sense that the inferior power source is leading. And all I'm talking about is how do we get our power, this power source, this superior power source in its rightful place. And the hard part is acknowledge, once we open up our heart, we come to the place of seeing that how really immature we are at an emotional level, at a heart level.
Yeah.
It's sometimes humbling.
And I understand too, because I was so immature in my heart. I really spent some time working on my heart. I think that the other thing is, once we work on our heart though, is how do we begin to even expose our heart to others? You know, because I feel like all of us have deep hearts and we all want to really feel. But how do we begin to break down those barriers of even showing our hearts to others?
It's awesome. I think vulnerability is so powerful. First, just becoming vulnerable with ourselves, like you starting to become vulnerable with yourself. And I'm not talking about mental transparency here. Like we can get mentally transparent and just say things that we're thinking. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about, man, hey, I'm noticing I'm feeling this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different conversation than, your butt looks big.
Yeah. Or maybe even just throwing up your heart on someone at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to tell you that, by the way. We don't want to tell you that you should vomit your heart on the next girl that you're interested in.
No, we're not talking about you being needy or you becoming someone that is, that you're trying to get something from her.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you starting to give yourself what you really need. And what you really need is acceptance. You need acknowledgement. You need affirmation that, man, you are a deep feeler. And that's the stuff we haven't given ourselves, and we've looked for women to give that to us. And we end up throwing up on them, or we end up not giving them any of this at all. Okay? And so then we attract somebody that the beginning point of the relationship is now built on either neediness, emotional immaturity, or emotional closure. And I'm just telling you, that's not a recipe for great success.
And I love that approach too, because it's really, I mean, it's kind of like a homeopathic, approach. That's really just saying, like, if you focus on your heart first, and it's kind of this whole law of attraction thing, of course, that you're going to find this girl that's going to resonate. Is there anything else that you need to do? Like, I mean, I know a lot of guys, like, they're listening to these, pickup artist techniques and stuff like that. If a guy truly is going to spend the time on his heart and to heal his heart, will things naturally progress and happen? I think is what a lot of guys wonder. Even if they go this path, or are they going to have to really learn to do other kind of techniques and things or tools as well?
I want you to grab this. This is so important about like the pickup techniques and some of this stuff. How you begin a relationship is how that relationship will have to be sustained.
Ooh, dang, that's good.
So if you begin the relationship in manipulation, the relationship will have to be sustained through manipulation.
Yeah.
And you may have some good game on the front end, but I don't think any of you have enough game to keep that going. And that energy to keep that going is that's not what we're looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to start this thing the right way. And if you start to accept your heart, what you're going to be able to do is accept her heart. And there's nothing more masculine than a man that can accept that feminine heart. When that feminine heart is storming and that feminine heart is needing to feel, and that man's able to stand and accept that thing and able to not take it personal and to own it, I'm telling you, you won't have a problem attracting ladies. It will be what will now be the new problem is getting clearer on what kind of lady you want.
That's the new problem we all want. We like that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hey Brandon, if anybody wants to find you, is it brandonhawk.com?
Yeah, it's like the bird.
H-O.